Okay, this is our second video. It's all about the hundredths. Now notice the THS there, not hundreds, it's a different place. Hundredths this time. So the lab worker measured 5/100ths of a liter of chemical imported into the bottle. What decimal represents this amount of chemical? So here we've got our place value. I'm going to use black. 5/100ths. There's 100 squares here, so I'm only going to shade in 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5/100ths. Now I didn't mention any fraction ahead of that, or any whole number there. And do I have any tenths? Is there a whole strip there? No, there's none there. So it's going to get a 0. I'll put a 5. So in fraction form, this looks like this. 5/100ths. In decimal form, it looks like this. 0 and 5/100ths. Notice the 0 in front of the 5. I have to put that there. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense. And I know it's not asking, but we're going to go ahead and... Oh, it does ask. It's saying it right here. How do we say both of these? Well, we say 5/100ths. And we say 0. I'm going to use a different color there. And 5/100ths. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and draw some arrows. Okay. That and piece, that's what we use red. That and piece, right there. That's the decimal. Alright. So, we got another scientist. He's poured 1 5/100ths of water into a container. So we need to shade that in. This whole thing right here is shaded in. That's all 1 5/100ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice I went a different direction, but that's okay. So we've got 1 whole. Still, we don't have any tenths. 5/100ths. So that's 1 5/100ths. That's 1 5/100ths. Okay. How do we say each of these? 1 5/100ths. Okay. And then it's asking me to write it as an improper fraction. Well, that's easy. We've got 100 here and 5 here, so that's 105/100ths. Not too hard there. Keep going. Build and shade the model to represent a fraction. Right fraction is a mixed number. Skip that. All right, let's look at it on a number line. Notice that we've got our tenths here, like we did in the last one. We've got our tenths here. But when I add that 0 there, I've got these little lines between them. I've got 10 lines between each of them. So this is like our centimeters and our millimeters. So let's see what they would like for us to do. So the first one is 0 and 18/100ths. Well, that's going to be between 10 and 20. I'm going to count backwards so it's shorter. So 20, 19, 18. Well, it's supposed to be right here. My smartboard's a little bit off. Okay. 0 and 78/100ths. 78 is going to be between 70 and 80. Again, I'm going to count backwards. 80, 79, 78 is right there. That one worked out a little bit better. I guess I can label that. And then 0 and 43/100ths, that's going to be between 40 and 50, 41, 2, 3. That's right there. Okay, so I got a couple more. These are not labeled. I'm gonna have to label myself. Locate locate 7 and 32 hundredths. That's between 7 and 8, and 32. Well, this is 10 hundredths, 20 hundredths, 30 hundredths, 40 hundredths. It's gonna be between 30 and 40. So 30, 1, 2. Oh, there-ish. Locate 12 and 67 hundredths. That's going to be between 12 and 13. This is 10 hundredths, 20 hundredths, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. It's between 60 and 70. I'm going to count backwards. 70, 69, 68, 67. I accidentally put a mark there at 68. Try that again. 69, 68, 67. There we go. And I believe that's it. Oh no, I've got one more. It wants me to put these two together, those two ideas together. So they're not always going to give me hundredths. I might have to kind of guesstimate a little bit there. So I know that this is 1, so that means that there's 10 spots between it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is, A is going to be 0.5. I guess we can go B. B looks reddish. So we'll do 1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 7, 1.8, 1. Uh-oh. Oh, I see what happened there. I noticed that I was going to wind up not right, but what happened is I started counting at the wrong one. So this is 1. Here's 1, 1. 1, 2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.92. There we go. So B is right there on 1 3/10. C kind of looks green, so we'll use green. C is halfway between 1.7 and 1.8, so I would say it's 1.75. So think about it. If I was to zoom in between 0.7 and 0.8, like I did over here, if I was going to zoom in between 0.7 and 0.8, I'd have 10 lines there. And that's probably about halfway between them. And D is going to be between 2.8 and 2.9, which means it's going to be 2.85. Okay, and let's see if that's our last one. Yep, that's it. That's the next thing. So go ahead and write that up on your whisk. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.